From the dazzling red carpets of the 80s and 90s to the timeless grace they carry today, these women defined an entire era of Hollywood. Let's look back at the Golden Girls who once ruled the silver screen and see how their beauty, charm, and legacy have stood the test of time. Julia Roberts, born in 1967, became America's sweetheart at 22, playing Vivian Ward in Pretty Woman. Her performance as the charismatic, street-smart woman who captivated an entire generation defined the 90s romantic comedy. Her iconic laugh and million-dollar smile made her the undisputed queen of the era. Currently at 58, this Academy Award winner remains one of the brightest and most active stars in the universe, continuing to produce and star in major films. Meryl Streep, born in 1949, gave one of cinema's most legendary performances in Sophie's Choice at 33. She was Zofia Zawistowski. This devastating multilingual role cemented her as the greatest actress of her generation and earned her a second Academy Award. While she dominated the 80s, this heartbreaking performance was her true crowning achievement. Currently at 76, she remains the undisputed standard for acting excellence, showing no signs of slowing down and continuing to deliver powerhouse performances. Sigourney Weaver, born in 1949, defined the female action hero as Ellen Ripley in Aliens at 36. This role was a cultural reset, a portrayal of grit and maternal fury that earned her a rare Academy Award nomination for science fiction. She was the 80s action queen. Currently at 76, she is sci-fi royalty and continues to be a powerful force in blockbuster films, most notably returning to the world of Avatar. Geena Davis, born in 1956, became a feminist icon as Thelma Dickinson in Thelma and Louise at 35. Her journey from a naive housewife to a liberated outlaw alongside Susan Sarandon defined 90s cinema. This Academy Award-nominated role was a powerful, rebellious statement. Currently at 69, this Oscar winner remains a powerful advocate for women in media through her institute, while still taking on select, meaningful acting roles. Glenn Close, born in 1947, terrified the world as Alex Forrest in Fatal Attraction at 40. She created one of cinema's most iconic and frightening villains, inventing the bunny boiler archetype. Her portrayal was so magnetic and complex that it earned her an Academy Award nomination and defined the 80s psychological thriller. Currently, at 78, she is one of the most revered actresses alive, actively performing on stage and screen with undiminished power and intensity. Michelle Pfeiffer, born in 1958, delivered the definitive performance as Selina Kyle, or Catwoman, in Batman Returns at 34. She was electric, dangerous, and iconic. Her transformation from a mousy secretary to a vinyl-clad anti-heroine stole the entire movie and set the standard for all comic book villains to come. Currently, at 67, she remains a captivating Hollywood legend, continuing to light up the screen with her iconic beauty and talent in major new projects. Jodie Foster, born in 1962, gave an all-time great performance as Clarice Starling in The Silence of the Lambs at 28. Already an Oscar winner, this role defined her. She embodied a perfect blend of intelligence, vulnerability, and sheer courage, famously holding her own against Hannibal Lecter. This performance won her a second Academy Award. Currently at 62, she is a true Hollywood icon who continues to be a powerhouse force as both a highly selective actress and an acclaimed director. Jessica Lange, born in 1949, captivated audiences as the soft-spoken Julie Nichols in Tootsie at 33. In a film dominated by comedy, her performance provided the genuine, beating heart. This beloved role won her the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress. she was a dominant force throughout the 80s. Currently at 76, she is a multi-award-winning legend of screen and stage, proving her incredible range and power with her acclaimed work in modern television. Demi Moore, born in 1962, became the ultimate 90s leading lady as Molly Jensen in Ghost at 27. This role, especially the iconic pottery scene, made her a global superstar and the highest-paid actress in Hollywood. Her portrayal of grief and longing was the film's emotional anchor. Currently at 63, she remains an enduring pop culture icon who has recently enjoyed a major career resurgence with critically acclaimed new roles. Whoopi Goldberg, born in 1955, stole every scene as the fake psychic Oda Mae Brown in Ghost at 34. Her hilarious, over-the-top performance was the film's comedic soul, earning her the Academy Award. She became the first Black woman in 50 years to win. She was a dominant 90s force in films like Sister Act. Currently at 70, this legendary EGOT winner remains a powerful daily voice on television, while continuing to act in select film and television projects. Meg Ryan, born in 1961, became the queen of romantic comedy as Sally Albright in When Harry Met Sally. At 27, that iconic deli scene alone cemented her in film history. Her relatable charm and perfect comedic timing made her the defining rom-com star of the 90s. Currently at 64, she has recently returned to the spotlight, now also writing and directing, proving she is still the undisputed queen of the rom-com genre. Jamie Lee Curtis, born in 1958, proved her incredible comedic range as the femme fatale Wanda Gershwitz in A Fish Called Wanda at 29. Moving beyond her Scream Queen origins, she was brilliant, sexy, and hilarious. She dominated the 90s with True Lies. Currently at 66, this recent Academy Award winner is enjoying a massive career resurgence, remaining one of Hollywood's most beloved and active icons. Goldie Hawn, born in 1945, kicked off the 80s as a superstar, playing Judy Benjamin in Private Benjamin at 34. This role, which she also produced, was a massive hit. It earned her an Academy Award nomination and proved she was a box office powerhouse. She defined 80s comedy. Currently at 79, she is a beloved icon who, while selective about roles, remains a joyful force in Hollywood and is heavily dedicated to her foundation for children's mental health. Sandra Bullock, born in 1964, exploded onto the scene as Annie Porter in Speed at 29. She was the ultimate 90s heroine, relatable, witty, and tough enough to handle a runaway bus. This role launched her into the stratosphere, making her America's new sweetheart. Currently at 61, this Academy Award winner remains one of the biggest and most powerful star producers in the industry, still commanding the box office with every role. Susan Sarandon, born in 1946, gave a generation-defining performance as Louise Sawyer in Thelma and Louise at 44. She was the grounded, fierce protector of the iconic duo. This Academy Award-nominated role was a rebellious landmark, making her a true 90s powerhouse before she won her Oscar. Currently at 79, this Academy Award winner is a screen legend who remains incredibly active, bringing her signature intelligence and fire to a new generation of film and television. Molly Ringwald, born in 1968, was the 1980s teen queen. As Claire Standish, the princess, in The Breakfast Club at 17, she was the muse of John Hughes and the face of a generation's angst. Her roles in 16 Candles and Pretty in Pink defined the era. Currently at 57, she remains a beloved cultural icon who has successfully transitioned into a prolific television actress and author, embracing her legacy while forging a new path. Jennifer Aniston, born in 1969, became a global icon as Rachel Green on Friends at 25. She was the 90s girl next door. Her performance and the Rachel haircut defined television for a decade. She captured the hearts of millions and launched a massive film career. Currently, at 56, this Emmy winner is arguably bigger than ever, dominating television as a producer and star, and remaining one of the most powerful figures in Hollywood. Courtney Cox, born in 1964, became the organized heart of a generation as Monica Geller on Friends at 30. She was the perfect comedic anchor for the ensemble, blending neurotic energy with incredible warmth. Her 90s reign also included the massive hit Scream. Currently at 61, she remains a beloved television icon, successfully producing, directing, and continuing to star in new projects, including her return to the Scream franchise. Winona Ryder, born in 1971, was the definitive 90s it girl. As Kim Boggs in Edward Scissorhands at 19, she was the angelic heart of Tim Burton's gothic fairy tale. With Heathers and Reality Bites, she became the cool, alternative icon for Generation X. Currently at 54, this Golden Globe winner is in the midst of a massive career renaissance, captivating a brand new generation as the star of the global phenomenon Stranger Things. Brooke Shields, born in 1965, was the face of the 1980s. She caused a global sensation as Emmeline in The Blue Lagoon at just 15. The film was a massive, controversial hit that cemented her as a superstar. Her iconic beauty defined magazines and fashion for the entire decade. Currently at 60, she remains a screen icon, author, and powerful advocate who has recently redefined her own narrative with acclaimed documentary work and new acting roles. Kim Basinger, born in 1953, was the quintessential 80s leading lady. She starred as the intrepid reporter Vicky Vale in the 1989 blockbuster Batman at 35. Her stunning beauty and charisma made her the perfect centerpiece in the biggest film of the year. She later won an Academy Award. Currently at 71, this true Hollywood icon is now honorably retired from acting to focus on her family and advocacy work. Helen Hunt, born in 1963, conquered the 90s on both screen and television. While starring in the massive hit show Mad About You, she won the Academy Award for playing Carol Connolly in As Good as It Gets at 34. Her portrayal of the stressed, single mother was a perfect blend of comedy and drama. Currently at 62, she remains a celebrated actress and director, actively starring in and helming new projects. Angelica Houston, born in 1951, gave the definitive performance as Morticia Addams in The Addams Family at 40. Already an Academy Award winner from the 80s, her portrayal was a masterclass in gothic elegance, dry wit, and effortless command. She was the iconic matriarch. Currently at 74, she is cinematic royalty who continues to bring her commanding presence to select roles, as well as being a celebrated author. Sharon Stone, born in 1958, defined the 90s femme fatale. Her electrifying performance as Catherine Trammell in Basic Instinct at 34 was a cultural earthquake. She was intelligent, dangerous, and utterly captivating. This performance launched her into global superstardom. Currently at 67, this Golden Globe winner remains an icon, continuing to act while dedicating extensive time to her powerful humanitarian and philanthropic work. Annette Bening, born in 1958, gave a powerhouse performance as Carolyn Burnham in American Beauty at 41. She perfectly captured the desperation of a suburban wife, a role that earned her an Academy Award nomination. She was a dominant 90s star. Currently at 67, she is a true acting legend who continues to be one of the most active and respected performers in the industry, delivering consistently brilliant work. Deborah Winger, born in 1955, defined 80s grit and romance as Paula Pokrivky in An Officer and a Gentleman at 27. Her raw, vulnerable performance earned her an Academy Award nomination and made her the decade's most sought-after leading lady. Currently at 70, she remains an enigmatic and powerful actress who has returned to the screen, bringing her raw honesty to acclaimed selective roles. Holly Hunter, born in 1958, delivered a breathtaking silent performance as Ada McGrath in The Piano at 35. She communicated a lifetime of passion and pain without speaking a single word, a feat that won her the Academy Award. She was an 80s and 90s powerhouse. Currently at 67, she is an acclaimed legend who continues to be a powerhouse, bringing her unique energy to award-winning television and blockbuster films. Angela Bassett, born in 1958, gave one of the most explosive performances of the 90s as Tina Turner at 34. She didn't just play the icon, she became her, embodying the pain and triumphant power of the Queen of Rock and Roll. This legendary Golden Globe-winning performance was an athletic and emotional tour de force. Currently, at 67, she is Hollywood royalty, more powerful than ever, and a recent Academy Award nominee. Mia Farrow, born in 1945, was the muse of 80s cinema, starring as the titular Hannah in Hannah and Her Sisters at 41. She was the calm, stable center of Woody Allen's chaotic family portrait. Her quiet, grounding performance defined an era of sophisticated comedy and drama. Currently at 80, she is a legendary actress who now dedicates her life almost entirely to her powerful work as a global humanitarian and UNICEF Goodwill Ambassador. Madeleine Stowe, born in 1958, captured 90s romance as the strong-willed Cora Monroe in The Last of the Mohicans at 34. She was the perfect historical heroine, intelligent, defiant, and the passionate heart of the epic film. Her chemistry with Daniel Day-Lewis set the standard. Currently at 67, this 90s icon now lives a quiet life, largely retired from acting and focused on her philanthropic work in Texas. Daryl Hannah, born in 1960, became the ultimate 80s fantasy as the mermaid Madison in Splash at 23. This star-making role defined the romantic fantasy genre. She was luminous, innocent, and otherworldly, capturing the heart of Tom Hanks and the entire world. She was a major 80s star. Currently at 64, she is an icon who continues to act, but dedicates most of her time to her passionate work as an environmental activist. Sally Field, born in 1946, was an 80s powerhouse, delivering her devastating performance as Malin Eatonton in Steel Magnolias at 43. Already a two-time Academy Award winner for the decade, her cemetery monologue is one of the most powerful displays of grief ever filmed. She was the era's standard for dramatic power. Currently, at 79, she is a true Hollywood legend, still delivering powerful, award-winning performances and working as a celebrated author. Melanie Griffith, born in 1957, was the breakout star of the 80s as Tess McGill in Working Girl at 31. She was the ultimate underdog with a head for business and a bod for sin. This Golden Globe-winning, Oscar-nominated role defined the era of the female power suit. Currently at 68, she is an icon of the 80s who continues to take on select roles while focusing on her family and philanthropic work. Nicole Kidman, born in 1967, made her massive Hollywood debut as Dr. Claire Lewicki in Days of Thunder at 23. This role, opposite Tom Cruise, launched her 90s superstardom. She was the intelligent, strong-willed heart of the blockbuster. Currently at 58, this Academy Award winner is at the absolute peak of her powers, dominating as both a global movie star and a powerhouse television producer. Kathleen Turner, born in 1954, became a superstar as Joan Wilder in Romancing the Stone at 30. She defined the 80s heroine, smart, sexy, and adventurous. Her unmistakable voice and screen presence dominated the decade. Currently at 71, she remains a true screen legend, continuing to act with her iconic voice while bravely managing her health. Halle Berry, born in 1966, had her major breakout role as Angela Lewis in Boomerang at 25. This performance, opposite Eddie Murphy, launched her as a major 90s star. She was sophisticated, funny, and captured the hearts of audiences. Currently at 59, this Academy Award winner is at the peak of her powers, actively starring in and directing major new films. Marisa Tomei, born in 1964, delivered her explosive scene-stealing performance as Mona Lisa Vito in My Cousin Vinny at 27. She wasn't just funny, she was a force of nature. Her expert testimony stole the entire movie, earning her a surprise and well-deserved Academy Award. Currently at 60, this Academy Award winner is as busy as ever, captivating a new generation with prolific work in film and television. Laura Dern, born in 1967, defined the 90s action heroine as Dr. Ellie Sattler in Jurassic Park at 26. In the decade's biggest blockbuster, she wasn't a damsel in distress. She was a brilliant, capable, and fearless scientist who saved the day. Currently at 58, this Academy Award winner is at the height of her career, dominating both television and blockbuster films. Julianne Moore, born in 1960, gave her stunning breakout performance as Amber Waves in Boogie Nights at 36. This Academy Award-nominated role established her as one of the bravest actresses of the 90s. She was the vulnerable, maternal heart of the film. Currently at 64, this Academy Award winner remains one of the most respected and active performers in the world. Renee Russo, born in 1954, redefined the action heroine as Lorna Cole in Lethal Weapon 3 at 38. She wasn't just the love interest, she was a tough, martial arts-wielding internal affairs sergeant who was every bit the equal of Mel Gibson's Riggs. She was a dominant 90s star. Currently, at 71, she enjoys a semi-retirement while still taking on select, high-profile roles. Elizabeth Shue, born in 1963, became the definitive 80s girl next door as Allie Mills in The Karate Kid at 20. She was the compassionate, supportive, and strong-willed heart of the film, bridging the gap between Daniel and the bullies. This breakout role made her a teen icon. Currently at 62, this beloved veteran actress is enjoying a major career resurgence, starring in hit shows like The Boys and Cobra Kai. Ali Sheedy, born in 1962, captured the spirit of the 80s outsider as Allison Reynolds in The Breakfast Club at 22. As the basket case of the Brat Pack, her strange, quiet, and artistic character spoke for every teen who felt misunderstood. Her transformation was one of the decade's most debated moments. Currently at 63, this 80s icon continues to act in acclaimed television roles and also works as a respected acting professor. Andie MacDowell, born in 1958, charmed the world as Carrie in 4 Weddings and a Funeral at 36. She was the sophisticated, elusive American at the center of the decade's defining romantic comedy. Her iconic "Is it raining wine soirees" line made her a global 90s superstar. Currently at 67, this beloved icon continues to grace the screen, starring in acclaimed new projects and remaining a global beauty ambassador. Jane Fonda, born in 1937, kicked off the 80s as Judy Burnley in the blockbuster 9 to 5 at 42. Already an Academy Award winner, she led this iconic trio, tapping into the frustration of working women everywhere. The film was a massive cultural hit. Currently at 87, she remains a screen legend and a powerful political activist, continuing to work tirelessly for causes she believes in. Liza Minnelli, born in 1946, charmed audiences as Linda Marola in Arthur at 35. Already an Academy Award winner for Cabaret, she showcased her incredible comedic timing. She was the quirky, down-to-earth waitress who stole the billionaire's heart. Currently at 79, this beloved EGOT winner is honorably retired from performing, but her legendary status is eternal. Shirley MacLaine, born in 1934, gave the performance of the decade as Aurora Greenway in terms of endearment at 49. Her portrayal of the difficult, loving, and complex mother was a tour de force. This iconic role finally won her a long-overdue Academy Award. Currently, at 91, this true Hollywood royal remains an unstoppable force, still actively performing with her trademark wit and spirit. Sybil Shepherd, born in 1950, became the queen of 80s television as Maddie Hayes in Moonlighting at 35. She was the sophisticated ice-cool ex-model who defined the power suit look. Her rapid-fire dialogue and explosive chemistry with Bruce Willis revolutionized television drama. Currently at 75, this Golden Globe winner is an icon who continues to act and write and advocate with her unmistakable charm. Sissy Spacek, born in 1949, gave a tour de force performance as Loretta Lynn in Coal Miner's Daughter at 30. She flawlessly captured the country icon's journey, famously performing all her own vocals. This stunning portrayal won her the Academy Award. Currently at 75, this Academy Award winner remains one of America's most respected actresses, continuing to deliver powerful, acclaimed performances. Robin Wright, born in 1966, captured the world's heart as the unforgettable Jenny Curran in Forrest Gump at 28. She was the heartbreaking, free-spirited soulmate who represented the turbulent counterculture of the 60s and 70s. This defining 90s role made her an international star. Currently at 59, this Golden Globe winner is a powerhouse force, starring in major projects and working as an acclaimed director. Their beauty may have changed, but their legacy remains eternal. Which of these Hollywood icons do you remember most? Don't forget to subscribe for more timeless stories.